just get back because the question about the security, I know you mentioned that it's a lot of concern on the side of journalists and other people in the political arena that the president may try to extend the term for her party and somehow cheat in the election. But there are real concerns by ordinary people. If you look at the riotings that go on, you look at the ritualistic killings and things like that. People in the country are reasonably unsettled about the security of the country, especially even in light of Graves' death. You didn't specifically say how you plan to assure the Liberian people that a presidency led by Morlu would how do you will offer
Number one,
security.
Number one, all right. Ghana, Zimbabwe, for other places. Botswana, a lot of other countries in Africa. How stupid it is. But what we haven't done, okay? We haven't professionalized the security sector. In this country, people go in the military, they don't get paid a lot. But there's an incentive when you leave, right? Whether you go on a GI Bill, there are a lot of. We haven't incentivized and put where we encourage. I know my friend, my roommate, right? He's now Lieutenant Colonel, heading up the ladder. He was going to be general, hopefully, Scott, one day. My own roommate from UVA, he graduated from one of the best schools in America. He went in the military. My other friend, who representing all the terrorists now, Derek, okay? All right, no, he's a military guy, right? He's a military lawyer. He's a defense lawyer. He's a Marine guy, so he represents terrorism in Guatemala, right? One of the smartest guy, one of the UVA graduate, one of the Washington, the guy law degree, went back into the military. So you got not just people who want easy life. The U.S. military actually attract the best medical people, the best engineer, right? How much do we pay them in Liberia? What respect do we give them? Why aren't we encouraging professionals who got master degree to actually go into the military? So we gotta incentivize. But we can only do that by increasing this fiscal space, the amount of money that we have. And you can bring a lot of international money, but you gotta be strategic about it. If I were president, all the international money I put into Liberia, I would want to change the perception of the Liberian military. That you can go into the military and have dignity. You're not just a knuckle. Okay? It's similar with the police. You pay the police $150 and you expect him to do miracle. No. A typical Liberian, okay? A typical Liberian have a dependency ratio of 18. We're only probably second to Eritrea, that's 24. So that means for every Liberian that works, you got 18 people hanging behind you. So a police guy is not just a police guy with 2 kids, you got a whole village. But you pay him $150, $200, blah, blah, blah. In Ghana, they raise it up to, I think, $500. So instead of paying somebody $15,000, $20,000 here and there, instead of one person stealing $800,000, I keep emphasizing that just as an example, instead of few people walking away with $80 million, instead of people buying $80,000 and walking away, incentivize the police. Whether we like it or not, if you pay people higher wages, they come. And I will tell you, I've done this in Liberia. I went there. They said the government salary is $75. I told the European Union and the Americans and the president, I said, John Morlu, can I pay somebody $75? These are professionals. Minimum salary, $300. Janitor, $250. Boom. I say, I rather not get gas. I'm going to put it in salary. This is why you go to GSC under my administration, 80%, 85% was salary also. Okay? So, guess what I did? I recruited the best Liberia has. Because The typical person that go to school want a reward. Just as if when you start a business, you want a profit. A guy goes to school to get a reward on his time that he spent and his money. We got to encourage more professionals to see police, to see security work, NSA work, to see the military as a career. And the only way we're going to do that is to create the incentives. And by doing that, you can recruit the best. If you are paying police people today $500 in Liberia, which I think you can afford. If GSC could pay auditor $500, you can pay policeman who's taking out his life to protect you. You can pay him $500. Ghana doing it. You can do it. And if you were to create such a program, maybe you have gotten some international people to supplement your effort, right? If you did that, you will attract the best, and you will attract more people across Liberia who will want to see the police as a career, who will want to see the security sector as a place to actually make a living. But now, we have a low expectation of our police. So when Ome leave, the police will always be the police. The lowest crumb that we look at in Liberia, unfortunately, we don't value them. They don't feel value. I don't even think the typical police in Liberia feel love. I mean, we badmouth them all day for petty crimes. We know they take bribe, they corrupt, they got this in your tree. All right? We don't even respect them. And we don't pay them. So what you have in the police is a bunch of people who are probably discouraged, unmotivated, and looking for additional ways to make money. So Ome is in Liberia. You heard the last one say what the police are the one actually creating a situation where you have armed robbers, right? There were a lot of accusations like that, where even the police director coming out and saying there are some police that are doing that. Why will a policeman be forced? That's the way we protecting people, creating an avenue to make extra money by fomenting and tormenting the neighborhood. Fomenting scheme, creating scheme to torment the neighborhood in which they live. So to answer your question, Ome is not the solution. The solution is creating the right incentive. The same way I created the right incentive today, everybody want to be an auditor in Liberia or accountant. All right? I give them dignity. I give the profession dignity. I say, you can be a John Morlu or better. You don't just have to be an accountant sitting up behind the door pushing voucher for people. So it takes psychology compounding with good marketing and incentivizing the police and the security sector so that people can go there, Jeff. You don't have shortage of people that are unemployed in Liberia. Okay? When the chairman say, kids who are graduating, the chairman of the United Party, he said, I'm sorry for you. There's no job. There's no opportunity. They're not going to face the problem. But you're talking about police problem. You're talking about military problem. These are people who are graduating with whatever their education level is, whatever the quality is, at least they have taken the initiative to go to university. Let's give them a big thank you for that, right? But what I will be doing as a government, they said, look, you can go in the police. Look at these other police people that are in America. When they leave, they become big people, right? I mean, you see them on TV, they become expert, they become international this, international that. We have to be able to incentivize even the university students that are graduating. The same way in teaching, right? We don't encourage them to go into teaching because we look at teachers like, oh, he's a teacher, man. In Japan, who's the most respected man? Teachers are the most respected people. The police, the military. In Liberia, we respect the minister. Every kid want to be assistant minister. Everyone want to be deputy minister. Everybody want, you know how they can call it? The green letter. Everybody want a green letter from the president appointing them. But nobody want to take a profession. And being in the police is a profession. Being in the military is a career. Being in the security sector is a career. Being an auditor is a career. Being a transportation engineer is a career. So, to answer your question again, and I think I'm kind of Going back and forth is create the right incentive on making stay in labor for 100 years. And you can invest another 1 billion in training people, train them, send them to West Point, send them to Quantico here in Virginia, send them to London, let them be trained by the MI5, whatever. The point is, you bring the guy back home, and he goes home, and 18 people looking at him for a living, and you have not created the right incentive. If a policeman die in a line of fire today, what happened to him? He get retirement? Does he get paid out? The guy who died in Nimba, some security guy that went to Nimba and died. I saw him, or read some newspaper, the wife is still crying. He was, I think, in the president entourage, SSS guy. He got killed, right? What happened to him? The guy who died in between when the police director and the former SS director, Ashwa P, were fighting. What happened to him? So, Jeff, what happened to people like that? It's not just a salary, but are we creating the right incentive to attract the right caliber of people that can serve and bring about stability in the country? I don't think we have done that, and I think we can do more. And I think OME is not going to do that for us. We have to think outside of the box. We have to encourage university graduates to look at police, to look at the military, to look at the security sector as a way to make a career.